Arthur loved mysteries, not the kind in books, real ones, unsolved, unexplained. He chased whispers and rumors. He traveled to forgotten towns, seeking the unusual. His latest pursuit, Shadow and Company, an antique shop in Maplewood. Maplewood was quiet, too quiet. Streets were empty, houses were dark. Arthur felt watched. He found Shadow and Company at the end of a cobbled street. The shop was narrow, crammed with objects. Arthur entered. The air turned cold. Dust hung heavy. He felt a presence, something ancient, something watchful. He was not alone. A bell tinkled above the door. The sound echoed in the silence. A figure emerged from the shadows. The shopkeeper, tall and gaunt, with eyes like faded photographs. His voice was a dry whisper. "Welcome to Shadow and Company, looking for something in particular?" Arthur smiled. "Just browsing." He walked deeper into the shop. Each object hummed with unseen energy. A chipped porcelain doll stared with vacant eyes. A tarnished silver locket felt strangely warm. In the corner, a cabinet stood draped in shadow. The cabinet was ebony, intricately carved. Skulls and ravens intertwined in the design. Arthur felt drawn to it. He reached for the handle, but the shopkeeper stopped him. "Not that one. That's the Harbinger's cabinet. It opens only for those it deems worthy." Arthur raised an eyebrow. "Worthy? How so?" The shopkeeper's lips curled into a knowing smile. "Those who carry dark secrets, those who have something to hide." Arthur felt a chill. He had always believed himself an open book, but what if there were chapters he had chosen to forget? A small silver key lay on the cabinet's top shelf. It seemed to call to Arthur. He reached up, his fingers brushing against cold metal. The shopkeeper didn't stop him this time. Arthur took the key. It felt strangely familiar, like a memory from a dream. He examined it closely. A single word was etched on its side. Veritas, truth. He left the shop, the key burning a hole in his pocket. That night, Arthur couldn't sleep. The key whispered to him, urging him to unlock his forgotten past. He had a sudden, terrifying thought. What if his entire life was a lie? He decided to return to Maplewood, to the cabinet, to the truth. But as he drove, the key grew hot in his hand. The car swerved. He slammed on the brakes, and then everything went black. The next morning, Arthur was gone. His car was found abandoned on the outskirts of Maplewood. No signs of a struggle, no clues. He had vanished without a trace. The police investigated but found nothing. The townspeople shrugged. Strangers disappeared all the time, especially in a town like Maplewood. Life went on. Back in the dusty confines of Shadow and Company, the shopkeeper dusted the Harbinger's cabinet. He smiled, a slow, knowing smile. He had seen it all before. The key lay on the cabinet's top shelf, gleaming in the dim light, waiting for the next curious soul, the next keeper of secrets, the next victim of the truth. The cycle continued. The cabinet stood sentinel, a silent witness to the endless dance of curiosity and doom. And the town of Maplewood kept its secrets, buried deep beneath the surface, waiting to be unearthed.